Most people trying to lose weight are working hard but getting almost no results at all. They follow every diet trend, cut calories drastically, and still see the scale barely move downward. The real problem is not effort or willpower. It is the wrong daily habits holding you back. Research shows that 95% of people who diet alone regain all their weight within 5 years easily. That number is not meant to discourage you. It is meant to wake you up completely. Welcome to Real Health Logic, your source for evidence-based health insights that actually make a real difference. Today, we are covering 7 powerful habits that create lasting, sustainable weight loss without any extreme measures whatsoever. These are not quick fixes or trendy tips. These are science-backed changes that genuinely transform your body. Let us get straight into the first habit that most people overlook almost every single day consistently. Here is a simple challenge before we go any further into today's very important and eye-opening content. Without checking your phone, try to list every single thing you ate and drank today completely. Include every snack, every sip of juice, every handful of chips you grabbed without really thinking much. If you cannot remember clearly, that right there is one of your biggest weight loss problems today. Mindless eating is silently destroying the progress of millions of people who genuinely want to lose weight. A 2011 study in the Journal of Nutrition found snacking alone causes over 1/3 of daily calories. That means your main meals can be perfectly healthy, but snacking still pushes you into calorie surplus easily. The solution is incredibly simple. Spend just 3 minutes each evening reviewing everything you consumed that day mentally. You can also take a quick photo of your meals and save them in a designated folder. When you track your food, even mentally, you become far more intentional about every single eating decision daily. You start noticing patterns: the late-night snacking, the extra handful of nuts, the sugary afternoon coffee drink. Awareness is always the very first step toward any meaningful and lasting change in your health and weight. Now let us talk about something your own brain is actively working against you on every single day. Scientists have confirmed that the human brain is hardwired to conserve energy whenever it possibly can throughout the day. This was a survival advantage for our ancestors who needed to preserve energy for hunting and physical danger. But today, that same survival feature makes you want to sit still, avoid movement, and conserve all energy. You might feel tired after work and convince yourself that you simply do not have enough energy to exercise. Here is what actually happens when you push through that feeling and move your body intentionally instead of resting. Your energy multiplies, physical activity triggers endorphins and improves circulation, leaving you feeling more energized than before moving. Consciously shifting from energy-saving mode to energy-spending mode is one of the most powerful decisions you can make today. Stand taller with your shoulders back and core slightly engaged, even when you are just sitting at your desk. Take the stairs instead of the elevator, park farther away, and walk during your lunch break whenever possible. These small intentional movements accumulate into significant calorie burn over an entire day, week, month, and year consistently. Studies show that non-exercise activity thermogenesis, basically all movement outside formal workouts, can burn up to 350 extra calories daily. That is meaningful, consistent calorie expenditure without stepping foot inside a gym even one single time ever at all. Now here is a habit that sounds almost too simple to actually work, but the science strongly supports it. The plates and bowls you eat from have a direct and measurable effect on how much food you consume. Behavioral nutrition researchers discovered that people consistently eat more when they are given larger plates, bowls, or serving dishes. This is called the portion size effect, and it is one of the most replicated findings in nutrition science. When your bowl is large, your brain perceives a normal portion as inadequate and encourages you to serve more food. When your bowl is smaller, that same amount of food looks complete and satisfying to your brain's visual system. Switching to a smaller plate does not feel like restriction. Over time, it simply recalibrates your baseline completely. The same psychological principle applies directly to your refrigerator and how you store food inside your home daily. When excess food is visible and easily accessible, you will eat more simply because it is right there available. Keep your fridge stocked with just what you need, not an overflowing surplus that tempts mindless eating all day. This one simple change in your environment can quietly reduce your daily calorie intake without any feeling of deprivation whatsoever. Let us move into a habit that addresses one of the most underrated causes of overeating: eating speed itself. Your stomach takes approximately 20 full minutes to send a fullness signal to your brain after you start eating. If you are eating quickly, you have already consumed far more food than your body actually needed before stopping. This is basic physiology, not opinion, and most people in the modern world consistently eat far too fast. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that slow eaters consume significantly fewer calories per meal. They also reported feeling more satisfied and full afterward compared to people who ate the exact same meal quickly. Slowing down your eating also dramatically improves your digestion and allows your body to absorb nutrients far more effectively. Try this practical technique. Aim to chew every single bite at least 20 times before you swallow it completely. The food will usually go down before you reach 20, but having that number as a goal helps tremendously. It creates a moment of intentional pause between bites, which naturally slows your entire eating pace without much effort. Put your phone away during meals. Distracted eating is one of the leading causes of accidental daily calorie overconsumption. Be present with your food. Notice the flavors, textures, and aromas, and eating becomes a more satisfying experience overall. Now let us talk about what is probably the single most impactful dietary change you can make starting this week. Cultures with consistently low obesity rates share one striking dietary pattern: meals made from whole, minimally processed ingredients daily. Japan is the most frequently studied example, where home-cooked meals built around seasonal, local ingredients remain the cultural standard today. In contrast, highly processed convenience foods have become the default in many Western countries, and the health data reflects this clearly. Here is a scientific finding that should genuinely shock you into rethinking your relationship with processed and packaged food products. A landmark study found that people eating ultra-processed diets consumed an average of 500 more calories per day consistently. This was even when the macronutrient content, the protein, fat, and carbohydrate ratios, were matched almost exactly across diets. Something about ultra-processed food causes people to eat more, faster, and with far less satiety than whole food alternatives. Researchers believe this is linked to the absence of fiber, the engineered hyperpalatability, and disruption of natural hunger hormone signaling. When you cook at home, you control every single ingredient: the oil, the salt, the sugar, and everything else. You eliminate hidden additives, preservatives, refined seed oils, and the excess sodium that make processed food so problematic for weight. You do not need to become a gourmet chef. Simple home cooking with whole ingredients is genuinely enough to transform things. Watch a few reliable cooking channels, learn practical techniques, and slowly build confidence in preparing nutritious meals at home regularly. The time investment in learning to cook healthy is one of the highest return health investments you can ever possibly make. Now let us address exercise, specifically why most people fail at it and what actually works long-term for consistency. The most common mistake people make with fitness is starting too aggressively, burning out within 2 weeks, and quitting completely. Behavioral science has a clear answer here. Motivation does not reliably come before action. It almost always comes after action. Waiting until you feel motivated to exercise means you will wait indefinitely. Because motivation is a result of doing, not a prerequisite. The solution is to make starting so small and so easy that your brain offers almost zero psychological resistance to beginning. Commit to just 5 minutes of strength training every single day. Not 3 times per week, but every single day. 5 minutes is short enough that saying no to it feels genuinely ridiculous, which dramatically lowers the barrier to beginning consistently. Once you start, you will almost always continue past 5 minutes, because beginning was the only difficult part of the whole process. On the days you truly only do 5 minutes, that still counts, that still builds the habit, that still matters greatly. Research on habit formation confirms that consistency of behavior, not intensity, is the primary driver of permanent lifestyle change over time. Never aim for a perfect workout session. Aim for a consistent one, even if it is shorter than you originally planned. There is also a powerful scientific reason to prioritize sleep alongside your exercise and eating habits for weight loss success specifically. A study in Obesity Reviews found that sleep deprivation significantly raises ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry all day. At the same time, poor sleep suppresses leptin, the hormone responsible for signaling to your brain that you are full. This hormonal disruption means that when you are chronically sleep deprived, your body chemically pushes you to eat more every single day. You are not weak-willed when you overeat after a bad night of sleep. Your hormones are literally working against you chemically. Prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep is not optional for weight loss. It is absolutely foundational and non-negotiable completely. Improving your sleep alone can meaningfully reduce hunger, improve energy for exercise, and support better food decision-making throughout your day consistently. Now, we come to what may ultimately be the most powerful and underestimated habit of everything discussed in today's entire content. Research in behavioral psychology consistently shows that intrinsic motivation dramatically outperforms extrinsic motivation for long-term habit adherence and consistency. Extrinsic motivation means doing something for external rewards, appearance, social approval, compliments, or how others perceive your body and looks. Intrinsic motivation means doing something because it aligns deeply with your personal values, identity, and what genuinely matters most to you. People who connect their health goals to something beyond appearance, family, longevity, energy, purpose, sustain healthy habits far longer consistently. When your reason for getting healthy is bigger than a number on the scale, setbacks do not derail you as easily. A bad week does not make you quit when your reason for showing up is your children, your partner, or your future. Think about who you want to show up for, with more energy, more presence, more vitality, and more years of life. That answer, when it is deeply honest and personal, becomes a motivational force that no external reward can ever fully replicate. As you get older, priorities naturally shift. Well-being begins to matter far more than appearance, and consistency becomes genuinely easier over time. But you do not have to wait years for that shift. You can choose to make that mental transition starting right now today. Start taking better care of yourself, not just for how you look, but for how you feel, function, and show up daily. A healthier version of you shows up better for every person and every responsibility that truly matters in your life right now. Here is one additional research-backed insight that connects everything we have discussed today into one powerful and unified underlying principle completely. Scientists studying the gut microbiome have discovered that fiber-rich whole foods actively feed beneficial gut bacteria living in your digestive system. These bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that regulate your appetite, reduce inflammation, and significantly improve your body's insulin sensitivity over time. This is yet another powerful scientific reason why home-cooked whole food meals outperform ultra-processed convenience food in every measurable health outcome. Your gut health directly influences your hunger hormones, your energy levels, your mood, and your ability to manage your weight long-term. When you eat well consistently, your gut bacteria improve, your appetite regulation improves, and losing weight gradually becomes less of a constant struggle. Everything connects: your food choices, your sleep, your movement, your mindset, and your deeper sense of purpose all work together powerfully. Weight loss is not about one dramatic change. It is about 7 small, consistent habits stacking on top of each other daily. Pick even one habit from today's content, commit to it genuinely, and build from there at your own sustainable and realistic pace. Consistency over perfection. That is the only real secret to weight loss that actually lasts beyond the first few motivated weeks. If this video gave you real, practical value today, please give it a like. It helps this channel reach far more people. Subscribe to Real Health Logic for more evidence-based health content delivered in a way that is clear, honest, and genuinely useful always. New videos come out regularly, and every single one is built on real science, not trends, not hype, not empty promises ever. Your health is worth investing in, and the best time to start building these habits is always right now, not tomorrow. We will see you in the next video. Keep showing up for yourself, because you absolutely deserve to feel your very best, always.